All right. Hi,
Hey,
guys.
hi.
Hi.
So, welcome back, everyone, to SolidWorks Experience Week 2021 for this session. And again, thanks JJ for the introduction. So, again, my name is Aaron, and this time I am back again, but not alone, with Adam Yap, a connoisseur in 3D experience, and he is sort of like a mentor for me within this 3D experience itself. So, Adam, how do you feel today? Thanks for
Thank,
joining us.
thank you for having me, Aaron. I feel great to be able to work with you.
Okay, in this session, we'll be talking on how cloud integration will and can, and how it will transform your businesses. So we're diving in deep this session, but first and foremost, the most fundamental questions, Adam, this is a big question actually.
Hmm?
What is cloud actually?
Okay, so that's a good question. What is cloud? There's a lot of meaning to cloud. If you search Google, there's a lot of different meaning. But to simply put it, cloud is actually the delivery of computing services such as your storage, your servers, and your software all over the internet. Instead of you physically accessing it, you're actually accessing it virtually.
So the way you mentioned cloud, the way you explained the cloud sounded so simple. But I believe that many of us are afraid, especially those older generation has already influenced on internet stuff, easily can scan, easily data can juli, and then people can spy on you. So I believe that they fear all this stuff is because number one, they do not really understand what has happened. We just read it all over the news and all that, but we don't really understand the technology itself. And because of that, many concerns lingers in their perspective.
True.
And there are a few myths that has derived from such fears. And again, with by the influence of the older generation, we ourselves also scared. So by nature, when we hear or when we mention about cloud, immediately we think about, oh, very bad, very negative, very dangerous. And most of us are afraid to even consider cloud because the first thing that comes in mind is the security of the cloud itself. We are scared people can easily hack us and get our data, our personal details, our personal information to be leaked out. And I think that the cost to adopt cloud must be super expensive. Something that advanced, I don't think it will be that cheap. Some more, I think when we have our own server or whatever data storage that physically we can touch, we can hold, we can protect, we will feel more secure because it's our own physical storage. I can physically keep it, and because of that, I feel more control. But when it's cloud, it feels like I'm asking some strangers I've never seen before to help me keep my personal precious data and hoping that they don't use it or leak my data. And cloud is something that is so big, I don't think all of us can adopt. Those large businesses are that have capabilities, yes lah, okay, they have capabilities, but for startup and SME, I think we get little to no benefit utilizing cloud actually. And yes, even though those large company has big capabilities, they can go for cloud. But when we talk about going to cloud, it goes to migration. I don't think migration is a simple step like moving to a new home. So hold on now. So uh, just to throw this out, I would like to actually gauge on our customers whether in which myth that I have already mentioned here they can I would say relate to or resonance with this myth. So Adam, could you pull up the poll question so that so audience do share with us what is the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about or which myth that I've mentioned that
They can most relate to,
uh,
that you feel that can hit you the most.
yes.
Okay, so here's the poll for you guys. Okay, just
So do fill in those polls. So just actually share with us those with which negative things that you relate the most actually. So
I've seen a lot of people voting.
Yeah, a lot
yes.
of people voting. Yes, there are data coming in. Okay, we will just leave it for
Another 20 seconds.
10 seconds.
Okay,
10 seconds,
sure.
10 seconds, and we'll move on. Okay. A lot of votes coming in. Okay.
All right, okay.
So we'll be closing the poll right now, and we'll share the results that you guys have provided. Okay, these are the results. So basically, the highest percentage is on
Will be the security breach and data leakage. Most of you are afraid of that. Okay, so anyway, let me hide this and I go on with my presentation. Okay, so now to address, I know where you're coming from, where all of you are coming from. Let's start from the beginning. Let me debunk all these myths. So the start, you mentioned that your data security, you're afraid that someone will your data will get leaked out.
Yes.
It's not safe. But actually the truth is, right, the cloud provider actually spends a huge amount of money to secure your data and also to prevent cyber attacks from ever happening. So instead of hiring your own IT expert to protect your own server, the cloud provider already do that for you, which really help you save costs. And also look at the statistics. 94% of companies report significant improvement in online security after moving their data to the cloud. That's a big amount. And now from the other thing you said was implementation cost is high?
Yes.
Okay, so like what you said just now, the cost is high because you adopt something very big suddenly.
Yes, it's a new technology basically for all of us.
But actually, if you think of the bigger picture, right, you save on the infrastructure, the hiring of IT expert, and also the maintenance. Those costs add together. Those costs add together is not cheap. And if you look here, they say that cloud helps companies save 16% of operational costs, 15% of total IT spending, and also 16% on IT maintenance. That total up about almost 50%, which is quite a big sum.
Yeah, it's not a small amount, yes.
Yes. And then moving on to the next one, losing control. Like you're afraid that, like what you said just now, you're afraid that you're giving someone else your data. But actually, you're not giving the cloud provider your data. You're just storing your data on their server. It's just like the ATM, for example. You're not giving the bank your money, you're just storing it there. Okay, then moving on to the next one, all business sizes. You said only for large businesses, right? But actually, if you see all the startup company, they actually have a clean slate. So actually moving to cloud is more suitable for them, where they don't have to spend money on the infrastructure, software, and also very powerful hardware. And if they want to grow their business, it's easy for them. Transitioning for them is really easy.
How so? How is transitioning for them easy?
Okay, so let me move on to the next part and I'll explain there. So next part, transitioning or migration. Migration, a lot of you may think that migration, the number one is migrating data. But actually, it can be migrating the way you do stuff. Some of you out there may think the current way you do stuff is really effective already. Like the way you do things now is maybe is better if you implement cloud, better than if you implement cloud. But look at this year. This year has hit us all by surprise, has not been kind to us at all. We are forced to migrate. Like one of the migration issue that we face is I'm so used to working in office, then now I'm forced to work from home. And if you see the statistic here, the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated 57% increment on the use of cloud computing platform.
Okay, but you mentioned a cloud platform, but why cloud during this time and why now?
So one of it is remote working. What's to work from home? You have to remote working, and then you have to think about how would you access your data when you're working from home. One of it is document sharing between your colleagues. Let's say me and you during the time when we were locked down together. How did we share our data?
email chains,
Oh.
WhatsApp.
Yes. And then we even give up email chain because we had to scroll so long to find the
Sometimes
data.
because it's too much, tends to get lost.
Then we just give up and use an online cloud provider, Google
Yes,
Drive. Yeah. And then the other one is we want to access some of our data that is stored in our company server. Oops. But then our IT don't allow that because they are afraid that if we make our server public or what, cyber attacks can always attack our server. Then our data will be jeopardized as well and all this.
But you say all this issue, I mean, during this time, this unfortunate time, you say like all you are very secure in your organization, your job scope. Aren't you afraid with the current news that states a lot of retrenchment? See, I'm even nervous speaking on this topic actually.
Actually, me too. Like, I just didn't share with you, but I'm damn afraid that I cannot keep my job. I'll lose my job anytime. Actually, like with cloud, right, the company can just scale as easily as that. So it's actually so flexible. It's just like stretching a rubber band.
True.
And then like if you want to grow, you can actually stretch a rubber band more, and the cloud actually.
So
same thing. Yes.
Basically, I mean, company now if adopting cloud, they can be flexible in terms of their company asset. They don't need to invest a lot on this asset. If they are running things on cloud, they can get or they can purchase what they need, and they can stop purchasing if they don't need a certain things.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just like pay what you need, basically.
So I believe that many of our audience is also working from home or have had work from home previously. So we do have another poll. So audience, do share with us what is the problem or the issue that you have faced during
when you remote working from home.
Working from home. So Adam, do pull up this poll.
Okay, here you guys go.
Okay, so audience, do share with us what did you what is the main thing that
like what challenges do you face when you work from home? Yes. I mean here I just list out some of the basic example that I heard so far, but I'm pretty sure some of you may face more than this or something other than this. Ooh, looks like a tie. Yes.
Okay.
Just give them about 20 more seconds to vote. Ooh.
Okay, 5 more seconds, guys. We'll be closing the poll in 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
And now let's share the results.
All right. So many of you guys have problem with internet. Okay, this is
yes.
this we all do basics as well. This is very common.
Some of you may still be using StreamX or.
Yes. So now we know again the resources in the company is we are dependent to our resources in the company itself, and we can see that this B is.
Oops, sorry. Sorry.
Just
give me.
B is unable to access company data. Okay, this is one of the big thing. You cannot share your data outside the company itself. This is a big restriction. Okay. All right. So let's move on from here.
Okay, just let me close this. And then over to you, Aaron.
Okay, so now we understand what basically what cloud is. But then what is 3D experience? Because now we're all talking about 3D experience. What is 3D experience? Because to be honest, I still haven't had the full understanding or the grasp of the 3D experience itself. Because I do think it's only cloud platform, that's it.
Okay. Just let me explain what 3D experience platform really is.
Okay.
So this platform, right, this 3D experience platform, it's a web-enabled business experience platform consisting an ecosystem of apps
Okay.
that helps empower your organization. Okay.
Hold on. Here's the thing. I thought that 3D experience now. Okay, we understand the marriage with SolidWorks and yada yada yada. Okay, I thought this is only SolidWorks on cloud. But why suddenly you mentioned that this is a business experience platform? How is it business?
Okay, so basically, you know that this platform consisting of an ecosystem of apps. It actually helps to bring together all aspects of your business together, your sales, marketing, engineering, even your board of directors. So it basically helps you to collaborate, manage, design, and more from anywhere, anytime on any device. And also, best part is it consists of all of the Dassault Systems product. Not SolidWorks is one of it. There's Innovia, like what you said before, Simulia, and so on. So basically, 3D Experience has all in one thing. It has included everything. And now moving on, besides that, this platform also it's an all-in-one solution where it consists of software as a system, platform as a system, and infrastructure as a system. So basically, you really just buy one and you free two things.
Okay.
And now, this is where I want to introduce the marriage between the desktop, on-premise, and cloud solution that has given birth to this 3D Experience business platform.
Yes, has been going on for a
Yes.
while now.
Okay. So, like, since you yourself, Aaron, and the audience has not been exposed to what 3DX capability is,
Yes.
allow me to shed some light on what 3D experience look like.
Okay.
So I'll be focusing on the collaboration. So like storing, managing, and collaborating on design data is a challenge like every company faces. Now with many more teams working remotely, there are questions on everyone's mind. How can we securely centralize our data, improve collaboration, and design concurrently while maintaining our design tool of choice, SolidWorks? Now let's take a first look on how we can collect SolidWorks data to the 3D Experience platform. Oops, okay. So now let's start with Eric, the engineer. He starts his day working in SolidWorks desktop. Oops. Okay, sorry. Okay. So Eric receives a notification from his manager, Megan. So clicking on a notification brings him to the discussion thread involving a new design request, where he's being tasked to add roller to an existing assembly. He then initiates a search for the related CAD model and drag it into his SolidWorks graphic window. So it's just that easy for him to access his SolidWorks data that is securely stored on the 3D Experience platform. He then reserved the assembly to give himself write access, which is like checking out in a PDM. So he made the design changes, but before saving the part back to the cloud, he wants to see the updated part in assembly. What he can do is he just open the relation app, which gives him a graphic window of all the parent-child dependencies. From the app, he can open the assembly that he wish to view the updated assembly. Just like that, yes. And once he's done, he can reserve the top level assembly and save the changes. So everything will be updated. Okay. So while saving, take some time, and then he has the option to select new revision for the updated part. So the platform will automatically create a new revision for him. And the good thing about storing files in the cloud, right, that only parts that have changes require savings only, which help you save some time. Okay, moving on. So let's say Eric go back home already and he still has some work to do, but he works with a workstation. And so what he can do with this platform that doesn't, when he don't need 3D experience, right? When he don't require SolidWorks, he can use his tablet. So all his 3D experience apps are accessible from any browser. So now he actually needs to give his manager an update on his progress. So instead of the normal email, phone call, or web meeting, Eric tailors an interactive dashboard that will have exactly the information he wants her to review. First, he adds a viewing app that is preloaded with top-level assembly. He also grabs a screenshot so he can post back to the discussion thread. Next, he launched the bookmark app, which is like your browser's bookmark, which is a convenient way to organize shortcuts and frequently use of favorite items. Eric just drag and drop the apps just as easily as that. And when he's ready to share the dashboard, he just copies the link where everyone with the link can view this dashboard. As a last step, Eric opens up the discussion communication in a side panel. He adds a comment, pastes the link to the shared dashboard, and insert a screenshot of the latest design. Not only Megan will be able to see what he posts, anyone in the community also will be able to see what he posts. Okay. So this 3D experience platform provides a fast and easy way to store, manage, and share design data with the convenience and security of the cloud. Now moving on to the next one. The 3D experience platform is much more than just saving SolidWorks data to the cloud. Okay, now for non-CAD users like Megan, the engineering manager, the platform gives her a simple browser-based approach to managing her team more efficiently.
So just now was everything on Eric's the engineer's side. So now we move on to
Megan.
Megan
Yes.
is okay.
So she's not a CAD user, and she's a Mac user. So if you notice. So let's just see how she used the 3D experience platform app to streamline collaboration between her teams. Okay. So Megan opens her browser and see Eric has replied to her post. He has included a link that she can add to her existing dashboard. The tool app that Eric preloaded provides Megan with the data that she needs to review for his latest design. The viewing app that Eric preloaded for Megan is fully interactive, making viewing of even large 3D models a breeze on any device, especially touchscreen like your tablet or some of you out there using Microsoft Surface Pro. So the best part is there's no special hardware required for Megan and no CAD license needed as well. So Megan, after that, he checked everything okay. Megan then wants to assign a task for Debbie, her designer. She uses the collaborative task app to assign Debbie with adding a hardware kit and creating a drawing for the wheel roller assembly. Megan can set the description, set the deadline, include the attachment that she needs to work on, just as easy as that. Yep. Okay. So now for the last part, the 3D experience platform actually helps Megan streamline collaboration with a team, all from a browser on any device with no software to install.
So basically everything runs on browser.
Yeah, it's browser based. So let's say the last part, solving design challenges together. Like sometimes when if you are dealing with customer a lot, sometimes the customer wants a quick response, they're rushing you to do something. So Megan's design team actually face this now, and we'll need to work on the same SolidWorks model at the same time. So I mean, have you all ever faced a situation where customer is rushing you for the project, and you and your team are forced to work on the same design at the same time?
Yes, it's very relatable, very relatable.
Stress. So not having the proper write access, accidentally overwriting someone else's work, this thing happens all the time with traditional file-based data management. And it's even harder when workers are forced to work remotely or are working remotely, not forced, yes. So let's see how this 3D experience platform enables a more seamless, error-free approach to concurrent design. Okay, moving on to Debbie now. Okay. So she has the collaborative task app running in a SolidWorks task pane. She sees the task that has been assigned to her by her manager and drags it to in progress to start working on it. So the related CAD model is already attached. She just needs to open it into a SolidWorks session just like that. All of Debbie's changes occur at the assembly level. So she only needs to reserve the top level for write access. Okay. So she then add the fastener key and save the thing to the cloud. So any other user will be able to see her latest updates. Next, the other task she needs to do is to create a 2D drawing. So she will then begin to create a 2D drawing of this product. So she then insert the model along with the bill of materials and balloons in this 2D drawing. This drawing is exactly this drawing provides all the necessary information for Megan to provide to her customer. Okay, now to Eric. So Eric, okay, oops. Sorry about that. Let me go back again. Okay. So Megan has also assigned a task to Eric for him to work on, where she noticed an issue on the design he did earlier. He starts by opening the attached 3D markup to view Megan's notes.
Well, this is a very quick way to see, I mean, to make changes.
Yeah. So anyway, after that, he opened it, he viewed Megan's notes and clicked through the 3D geometry to find the affected sub-assembly. And she noticed that she added a note there to add a stabilizer. And then he can see like which part he wants to edit. And from here, he can open it directly into his SolidWorks session. So this is where it gets interesting because, oops, sorry. You can just open it like this. But, okay, sorry about that. Okay, sorry. Okay, so anyway, he just put the thing in work to show that he start working on it. And then the attachment that Megan has already included inside, he can just open it. Just like that. Oops. Sorry, just skip this part. There's something wrong with the slide. Do you understand how it works? Yes. Okay, so anyway, this is where it gets interesting because this is the same assembly Debbie is already working on. You see a log there is actually reserved by Debbie. But that's okay because Eric only needs write access to the wheel roller assembly itself. The top assembly is just for visual references. He then reserve what he needs and get to work by adding a stabilizing member. Just like that. So when he tries to save the assembly, right, he sees there's a sub-component that also needs saving that he didn't reserve. On this top right-hand corner, the software gives him write access to those additional files without causing an interruption to his current workflow. So the save is completed, and now the assembly is up to date, safely uploaded to the cloud. Problem solved. So Eric then moved this issue state to in approval for Megan, his manager, to review his work. And since Debbie is still working on the assembly, Eric needs to let her know that he finished making the changes already. So what Eric does is that he uses the built-in conversation tool, which is something like a Facebook Messenger, to send her an instant message for her to refresh the updated part. Something like Facebook Messenger, right?
So basically, Debbie will be getting the updated part or updated information immediately once
she will have to refresh her design first. Okay. Okay, so now back to Debbie. So as you can see on Debbie's side, she received a notification from Eric. So basically, she just needs to refresh the assembly to get the latest version from the server, from the cloud server, and she's up to date. And when she refresh, right, the drawing itself will automatically update with the recent changes as well, which is ready to be saved. So to let Megan know that she finished her task, she returns to a collaborative task, attaches the drawing, and then after that, she can leave a comment to notify Megan. And then once she's done with that, she moves the task from in work to completed, all without leaving a SolidWorks design session. So while waiting for Megan to check out her design, Debbie continued to work on the other tasks that Megan assigned to her, where Megan has actually found an issue on this simulation in this lower bracket. So Debbie went to check the simulation result and found that the changes needed to be made, and she starts to design a new revision of the bracket using her SolidWorks, just like that. So proud of her work, she thinks the new design will now be strong enough so she can confirm this by validating it herself. And she's not using SolidWorks simulation. She's using simulation on the cloud, on the 3D Experience platform.
Okay.
It's a browser-based simulation approach.
Wow. So basically, we do not need any special hardware just so we can run that simulation. Everything can be run on cloud itself.
Yes. So basically, you're running on the cloud
Cloud engine basically.
Yes, Cloud Engine. Yes, that's what. So anyway, the simulation app that she uses runs on the 3D Experience platform, can guide her through all the steps to validate the strength of her new design. So the built-in assistant on the right-hand side, as you all can see, makes it easy for Debbie to add. Oops, sorry. Sorry, something wrong with the slide.
Okay.
Okay, so this is where she did a simulation. The built-in assistant makes it easy for Debbie to add loads, fixtures, and then run her analysis and review the results. So she can just add fixtures like what she's doing now. She can determine the stress, strain, displacement. So feeling confident in her new design, Debbie then updates the Motoni assembly as a new revision. Okay, now back to Megan, the manager side, the most important side.
True. Approval.
Approval process.
Approval process.
So one way Megan can keep up to date with her team is through her notification panel. Anytime there's a status change, an update, or comment on anything she's involved with, it shows up here. First, she checks on the issue she assigned to Eric earlier. Her original 3D markup automatically shows the latest design changes that Eric done. So after she checked, everything looks good. So she marks the issue as completed. Now, once she's done with that, she'll move on to Debbie's work. So Megan switches to her bookmark app, and that's the drawing. She drags it right into the 3D Play viewer. So it's exactly what she needs to show the concept to the customer. Now she marks the drawing as released, so it can't be changed for the duration of the customer approval process, which comes in quite handy. There's no override work. So Megan is then happy with the team. She then posts a quick comment on the original discussion thread to congratulate the team on finishing this stage. Okay, so that would be all. So multiple designers accessing the same file simultaneously. We all know how tricky that can be with traditional file-based storage.
True. Always overwriting.
Yes.
Have the wrong revision.
So with this 3D Experience platform, user can tell right away who's working on what, so they can avoid common problem like permission issue, version mismatch, and also accidental overrides, which I hate the most personally. And so when there are changes, the various notification tool built into the 3D Experience platform keep everyone in the loop. So team can design faster together with fewer errors, even when workers are working remotely. So actually, what's in it for you? So after the small story I have gone through, let me explain. For existing SolidWorks user, right? You yourself is a SolidWorks user. I myself is a SolidWorks user as well. So this marriage happens so that SolidWorks can interoperate together with 3D Experience with seamless communication, where you can manage your own product with convenience. Your work planner and SolidWorks now becomes one. You get immediate updates on completed work, and you can improve communication between each of us, especially during remote working. But don't worry, we haven't forgotten about you entrepreneurs out there. 3D Experience will play a big part into your business success. So it can actually help you cater to your unique business needs, then spend additional money on your server, infrastructure, software. It also provide you with the best-in-class 3D design and simulation solution. So instead of using the normal conventional SolidWorks CAD, SolidWorks simulation, you can actually do design and simulation on the cloud.
Using the cloud engine.
Yes, using cloud engine. So then I get something so expensive, expensive workstation. And you can also collaborate easily with stakeholders anytime and anywhere. And the best of it all, you can reduce your time to market.
I think that this can significantly reduce our time to attack our current market now.
Yes. Okay, so now just let me show you one of our customer that have implemented 3D Experience platform and how it has helped them.
Thank you very much. Senco Gold Limited is a more than 80-year-old company based out of Calcutta. We have hundreds of showrooms across India, and we believe in, and what we are selling is handcrafted jewelry made by the best karigars of India. So to the customers, as time progresses, while customers are looking for new designs, we are trying to protect the art and creativity of handcrafted jewelry, and along with that, with the young generation and their taste changing, we are mixing and ensuring that we also give latest designs and the new fashion statements that are being created. So a blend of tradition and modernity is what we stand for. I'm concerned as the executive director of the company, what is the role that I'm playing is mainly of a strategic officer, because as times are changing, it is someone who has to hold and ensure that all the departments are working together towards a common vision. So the most important thing that is happening in the world today is uncertainty. Things are changing very fast and very often. So if you have to do planning for ensuring that what your customer needs is available on time, you have to be very fast and agile. And also customers are becoming very demanding and they are asking for designs as per their taste. So for a company like us, which is into the jewelry industry, into the fashion and accessories industry, it's very critical that we continuously innovate ourselves, come up with new designs, and make sure that in the economic constraints that we are working with, whatever we create is something that the customer will like. So that is the biggest challenge, that right from planning to really ensuring that the product is created as per customer liking is done in the most cost-effective, efficient and timely manner. This is the biggest challenge that the industry is facing. So thanks to the Dassault system, we are coming up with a lot of processes, systems, we are doing data analytics, we have implemented ERP in the system to capture all the data, but there is still a gap in terms of platform, in terms of communication, and that is where our collaboration with the Dassault system is helping us to create that platform, to create a community where whatever we create is done in a timely manner and is done in an optimized manner. So with the Dassault system and the platform and the communication channels that it creates, we expect to remain customer-centric, to remain fast and agile, and to bring out designs and products as per the needs and wants of the customer. That is one. Second thing is that as our team is growing all over India, there needs to be a common communication platform. And I think that the platform that Dassault system is providing to us can help to bridge the gap between the various stakeholders that are working towards one objective of making customers happy. The journey of transformation with Dassault is an ongoing process. It's been almost a little more than a year that we have started working with Dassault. The creative process of designing is now being put into a structured manner, which is most critical. What is most important to ensure productivity is that it all gets captured, documented, digitalized. And that is what Dassault system is helping us to do. Second thing is that in terms of manufacturing, to be fast and agile, we are in the process of ensuring that using the tools that Dassault provides, we can actually capture the creativity of our karigars, of our designers into a very scientific system-driven process. We have the vision set that whenever customer would want a product, we could service them in a very fast manner. And whatever products we make, the customers, the salespeople, the marketing, the production, merchandising, all should come together and create a product so that we never fail. So that is what Dassault is trying to help us to do.
Okay, so now we have already gone through that video on how 3D experience has already helped a lot of customer worldwide, and the video that we saw was from India.
Yes.
And now it's moving towards more focused onto South Pacific Asia. And so just to conclude the whole session of what 3D experience and SolidWorks 3D experience together with SolidWorks is where now users can actually analyze work with client at the same time, no matter where they are. So this is, I believe that this is amazing, and now you're not you don't need to.
You're not tied to a specific device.
Yes. And now all your design, your simulation will not be using your physical hardware itself, so you don't have to invest a lot on your hardware. And so now everything is running on cloud engine. Everything can be simulated on the cloud, can be designed on the cloud, and again, like we are not tied to any specific device, and we are not tied to anywhere. We can move to anywhere as long as we have the power of internet, and this is amazing. This is the future, I believe, and with this, I believe that everything is on the browser. Now, the platform itself will be updated on its own. So users will always have will instantly have those
latest
updates.
Just like your phone.
Yes. But the phone, you still have to sometimes you still have to go click update on your own. So this one is
okay. Like maybe mine has auto updates. That's why.
Okay, but this one okay. So the next thing is now collaboration becomes so much easier. Just gone through with Eric, Megan, and Debbie. Now sort of we going to cloud, sort of collaboration sort of become a second nature to the whole platform itself, and this allows users to share and locate project files and even work on the same assembly at the same time. All they need to do is just to refresh their browser, and everything now, I believe that okay, everything is so secure, everything is automatically saved, automatically backed up, and when we are in the midst of our project, if let's say things go south, everything will always be backed up. And ladies and gentlemen, it feels too good to be true, but lucky for us now, 3D experience is here. Okay, so that will be all for our session of this session on how cloud can transform your businesses. So again, thank you all for staying and listening to our discussion.
Thank you so much.
Yes, on how cloud is. We really appreciate your time. So JJ, are you still there?
Yes, of course.
All right.
Yep. Hi.
Okay, I hope that this session have changed our you guys on
Your perspective towards
cloud. And if there's anything, again, you can contact us in CADVision systems. So JJ,
Yep.
do we have any questions for us?
Actually, let's take a look at the questions. All right. Yes, we do have questions. All right. So quite a lot actually. All right. The first one.
Oh.
Can we have 3D experience without having SolidWorks PDM?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Because this 3D experience platform is actually will be your PDM, and this platform is not PDM, it's a PLM, something better than a PDM.
Yes, this is much more than just the data management itself.
It's a life cycle management now.
Yes. Yes.
So I see. Yep. So I think in here like what Muhammad Aswan is thinking about is like, if I currently do not have a PDM system, can I utilize 3D experience? Well, short answer is yes, because in 3D experience itself, you do have a PDM based functionality as well.
Yes.
Like what
Yes.
was mentioned earlier, we have a huge amount of applications on the 3D experience platform itself, and it's not just limited to SolidWorks. It's also incorporated with the Soul System's other applications as well, like CATIA, like Delmia, like Simulia that we have seen earlier this morning. So yes, a PDM software or a PDM capability is actually also available on the cloud. So ultimately what happens is we have a flexibility in that. So you can either choose to go with on-premise PDM, okay, which in this case would be SolidWorks PDM. But also if you would like to use a PDM but in a cloud format, you can do so using 3D experience. Yeah, so I think it's really also about that flexibility.
The
All right.
essential thing of the 3D experience basically is cloud. So everything that, like, if if in future you're concerning on the PDM or whatnot, just know that cloud essentially is for storage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
So I hope that has answered the question. So let's move on to the second one. So Zainuddin Muhammad Fitri has asked, this 3D experience, how is the license like?
You want to answer
How is
this?
the license module like?
Okay, so this 3D experience platform, right? It's a name user kind of license. It's just like your Facebook. You just log into this. And it's a subscription license.
Yes. A term license.
A term license, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Does that answer your question?
I got
Most
something to add.
probably, yeah. Zainuddin,
So basically,
yeah.
So
Sorry,
basically,
go ahead.
to emphasize, like what Adam mentioned, the name user. Basically now, you don't just turn on your SolidWorks application just like that. You will have to log in your username, your password, in order for you to access that license to utilize the SolidWorks that is already in the desktop itself. So again, it goes back to its term. It's yearly. But it's a subscription based license.
All right. Yep, can. The next question is actually in regards to the price of the cloud application. So I think in this case, probably what we can do is we can actually get your respective account manager to probably reach out to you. All right. Yeah, Muhammad Hafiz, yeah, probably we will reach out to you in regards to this so that we can actually let you know on the different pricing, because like what we've mentioned, there's so many applications, so we do have a basic package, or depending on your requirement, what kind of applications, or what is your current adoption rate like, so it will depend on that as well. All right, so
Yes.
yeah, thank you for the question,
Basically, we
Muhammad.
will actually, sorry, just to add on, basically we will actually see what your demand is. We will actually curate a package that will be suitable for you. So with a certain apps, with a certain roles. So the pricing wise, it will differ from each purchase actually.
All right, yeah, so the next question is from Amika Leah. So she has asked, do you have Malaysia companies that are using the 3D experience platform right now? If yes, what type did they purchase? So for this question, actually, we do have Malaysian companies using, as well as Singapore companies using this as well. However, we are actually unable to elaborate too much on the typing that they are using right now. Unfortunately, we do not have that data at hand. But what we can do is we can actually reach out to you, Ms. Mikalia, and then we can actually show you more, or give you a better understanding on that. All right, yeah, with your respective account manager as well, of course. All right, yeah, so
Is there any more
let's
questions?
move on. Yeah, they are. There's quite a bit of questions. Okay, so SK Fong, unfortunately he has left, perhaps. But the question is this: what is the difference in regards to 3D experience, 3D experience platform, 3D experience works, and 3D experience SolidWorks?
Okay, so so 3D experience platform is the main thing, and inside this 3D experience platform, it consists of a lot of 3D experience works. These works can be your SolidWorks, Simulia Works, Delmia Works, Innovia Works, and all of the Dassault System product. And 3D experience SolidWorks is one of the role inside 3D experience platform. So the main thing is the 3D experience platform.
All right, then 3D experience SolidWorks
is one of the role inside 3D experience platform.
All right, yeah,
Small part of it.
Yes.
Yep. So basically, what 3D experience or 3D experience works is it's more like a general name, okay, or a general idea of going to the cloud, and then the platform itself is it's named 3D Experience Platform, this business platform, and 3D Experience SolidWorks is just one of the roles of the applications in 3D Experience Platform itself. Yeah, so yeah, hope that answers, or hope that gives you guys a better idea instead of some confusion over here. All right. Okay. Next question. Okay, we have two more questions for now. So what happens, this is by Zing Kun Chua. So what happens when the 3D Experience license expires? What happens to the data stored in it? And can customer also approve of drawings?
So what
I think
happened
this is a
to
good
the
question.
3D? Yes,
It's a very good question. Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened if the 3D experience license expire? Your data inside will still be there for around 2 weeks, if I recall correctly, before it disappear. Yes. And also customer also can approve the drawing. That is only possible if your customer also utilize the 3D experience platform, or you give him a role from your company.
I see, I see. All right. So it's still possible. They just need to connect and collaborate together on that,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I see, I see. All right. Yeah. So yep, I hope that answers that question. All right, we have two more questions. All right. So this question is from Ahmad Shami. So it is it, do we need two different licenses if we want to access to two different countries? So for example, like we have a branch in Malaysia and then we have another HQ in Germany.
Okay. So basically, this one goes back to the end user's license agreement.
Yes.
Yes, of course. You can. Yes, you can cooperate or collaborate between Germany and Malaysia. This is a no-brainer. This is possible, but the license will have to be purchased at a different country. Different country.
Like if you buy in Malaysia, you buy from Malaysia reseller.
Yes.
And if you buy from Germany, you need Germany reseller.
Yes.
I see. All right, all right. Okay, Ken. Yep, and for now we have our last question by Yewin Tut. So can 3D Experience SolidWorks produce old version SolidWorks files, for example, like 2016?
You mean produce as in create or open? Produce.
Yeah, probably perhaps let me just rephrase this question. Probably it's like, okay, can 3D Experience SolidWorks, right? Save in a file format that is in an older version of SolidWorks, for example, SolidWorks 2016.
Basically, go back to the formatting itself.
The one is no. No, because there's no like, it's not like, because the file format for SolidWorks part is SLD PRT. There's no like SLD PRT 20, SLD PRT 19. It's only one file format. So they don't have it. Yes.
So actually, I think this is quite similar to the on-premise SolidWorks as well, where SolidWorks is actually able to, once you have saved a file or you have created a file in SolidWorks 2020, for example, 2016 will not be able to open that file back. Yeah, unfortunately, in that sense. Yeah, so I believe the same goes for the 3D Experience SolidWorks as well. All right, so I hope that answers that question. All right, we actually have a follow-up question by Zheng Kun Chua. All right, so let's see. Okay, so is there a free 3D experience platform for customers just to view and approve drawings? Basically, we can download all of the data when the license expires within 2 weeks, or must it be done before the expiration?
Before the expiration, yes.
So let me explain. In that 2 weeks, the
Okay.
2 weeks, our principal, the source systems allow you to take everything out. Yes, like giving you a 2 weeks lapse.
Yeah.
For you like to take your time to migrate everything out. Like some of you may have more data, so may take some time. That's why I think they give more than enough time for you to migrate everything out also. And also for the other reason, is there a free 3D experience platform for customer just to view and approve it? That one, we have to check our principal and get back to you yet.
All right. Yeah, I think, yeah. All right. Yeah, I think for the 3D experience platform, we do try to give this a lot of flexibility to the user, to our customers and everything. So, but hopefully, once you're on the platform, you will be utilizing it fully, and you will see the advantages that comes with it. So hopefully you won't have to unsubscribe or let it expire or whatnot. All right. Yeah, but if you are interested, actually we do have a dedicated account managers that are specializing in 3D experience platform that you can discuss with on your needs and wants of your company as well. All right. So far that's all the questions that we have. Does anybody have any other questions for now? Yes, no? All right. If not, you can actually also just drop us an email at info@cadvision.com.my or .sg, depending on where your location is, and then we will actually get back to you via via email instead. All right. So I hope this session has actually given you quite the insight and all, but before we end the cloud integration portion of this, let me just share my screen. What we have here is we have actually prepared a short quiz, and this quiz will actually take no more than 5 minutes. All right, we actually do have a very short quiz that actually tells you how ready or how eager is your adoption to a cloud solution. So you can actually just scan this QR code really quick using your phone. All right, and you will be led to a quick quiz where you are actually able to get and the results per se. Yeah, your results right after the quiz. So something like a BuzzFeed quiz, right? So it actually tells you what is your current adoption rate and all. All right, and also another thing to share is we have actually prepared a cloud readiness assessment guidebook for all of you right here. So as a gratitude of sitting through the entire session today, all right, you can actually head over to the handouts section, okay, on the GoToWebinar platform, which is this particular platform. You can actually download that handbook that we have prepared for you, and you can actually see it's basically like a checklist of items or a informative guidebook that allows you to think of what needs to be prepared when you're moving on to a cloud platform. All right, so yeah, here you can on the screen you have the quiz with the QR code, and on the handouts we have the guidebook for you. All right, so be sure to download that, but if not, we actually would also send you a copy, all right, to the attendees of today. All right, yeah, so I believe that would conclude the cloud integration session today. All right, so thank you so much, Aaron. Thank you so much, Adam. Yeah, it was great with all the examples.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.